And that idea of civil, intelligent, rational discourse in politics is one that young people like you are demanding more than just about anyone else. And that, when we look at all the challenges we're facing all around the world, is the one thing that gives me more cause for hope than just about anything else. The fact that anywhere I go, I have the opportunity to listen to learn from, and to be inspired by young folks like you, for whom politics isn't automatically a dirty word. And the idea of service and engagement and shaping your community for the better is at the heart of what you hope to be in the coming years, but mostly, and more importantly, what you hope to do in the coming years.
Before I had really gotten involved in the IOP, I kind of thought of public service or politics as like a very monolithic field. But to be here and to see like the entire range of things that people do to be involved in public service, from aspects like media and journalism to, being at the Office of Federal Relations, has been really motivating.
Before the election and kind of like this whole era, I think that I was always interested in politics, but politics seemed like not necessarily for me. I started to shift more into thinking that DC needs people like me. That shift has definitely changed like my political aspirations, my career aspirations, but also like places that I want to go. Once that changed, I started looking at the IOP a little differently and my role in the IOP, and I see government as something that can be used for good and has been used for good, and I think that I can be one of those people who helps do that.
We are a country right now that we occupy various silos. So to get people to realize that they really have more in common than they have that are different, I jumped at that opportunity.
The ways that I've interacted with the officials and the organizers and even my fellow students has just been a completely one-time experience that wouldn't have existed without bridging the divide.
If you don't really step out of your urban bubble or step out of your rural bubble, you'll never realize that the people on the other side want to fix things just as much as you do.
I think what made me more optimistic about the program was that knowing that people are willing to talk if you show them that you are also willing to listen at the same time. People do want to collaborate because in the end we're all working for something better for everyone, not just for the people in Chicago and not just for the people in Eureka College. It's something that we have to collaborate with in order to get it done for everyone.
The Institute of Politics has been remarkable for me. It was an experience that I needed. Like myself, I believe the students that come to the Institute of Politics really gain knowledge of self, and it really gives them an opportunity to just expand on the ideas that they already have and the vision that they have for themselves.
I think one of the strengths of the Fellows Program is its consistency in bringing voices from all sides of the political spectrum, and while I run College Republicans, I've noticed that with Democrats and Republicans who come here as fellows, we learn immense amounts, and to be able to hear from people who agree with us, who don't agree with us, has been a fantastic opportunity that would not exist if not for the Fellows Program.
It's refreshing to meet the students just because there's a level of energy that they bring that reminds you of why you got into this.
A lot of times those of us in Washington, D.C. think we have it all figured out and we're the smart ones when it comes to politics. These kids were just as smart as anyone else who's been covering politics for a generation. And I think the future's in really good hands with them.
One of the first things I did is I asked everybody in there, I said, raise your hand if you think you might want to run for office one day. And 3/4 of the room raised their hand. You've kind of created a space here where people who are interested in that, they don't feel like they have to hide that, which is good because if more people run for office, more people who are passionate, we're going to get better people in office. So.
In the past 4 years, the IOP has undoubtedly become my home on this campus. I've met amazing mentors. I've explored policy issues that I never would have had a chance to learn about in the classroom. I have witnessed my fellow students doing really incredible direct action public service work that inspires me. And I know that those are all opportunities that are gonna continue to be given to the next round of students that walk through these doors.